Hello and welcome to Cat Life. Today we learn about 20 common indoor-outdoor plants that your cats can't eat, 10 that they can eat, and stay tuned until the end for the 5 they should eat. Here at Cat Life, we live for everything cats, and our main goal is to keep cats safe. And as you'll see, plants are a big part of that. Please like and subscribe to join us on our journey to build the world's largest cat sanctuary ever imagined. We tame and rehabilitate the feral and stray cats so they can have the life we all deserve. The forgotten souls roaming the lonely streets are forgotten no more. On to the plants. We're talking plants because chewing on, sometimes eating plants is a cat's nature, and we as their caretakers must be very careful not to have plants in our homes that are harmful or toxic to them. Some of the most common houseplants can be deadly for our little furballs, and some can be cause localized inflammation of the mouth, skin, and stomach. Since chewing on and sometimes eating plants are in a cat's nature, we as their caretakers must be careful not to even have plants in our home that are harmful or toxic to them. Why tempt fate? But if you must have toxic plants, spray the plants with vinegar water and sprinkle coffee grounds in the soil, as well as use cat away spray. Come along as we review this important yet often overlooked topic. Watch until the end, and a bonus, see the 5 plants that your cat actually should eat because of the many health benefits. The 20 poisonous plants are the lily. This is a special lily, the Lilium sp. They are so poisonous that a cat can suffer fatal kidney failure just from biting into a lily leaf or petal, licking the lily pollen from its paws, or drinking water from a vase containing cut lilies. And while we're on the subject of lilies, we have the calla lily and the peace lily. These jewels should be mentioned because although not as deadly as the previous lily, these are still poisonous to cats. The peace lily with the little spikes actually is the least toxic of the lily family. The pothos or devil's ivy, one of the most common houseplants due to how easy they are to grow, but sadly they are toxic to cats, so please keep them out of reach. Number 17, the Sago Palm Popular, but is a big no-no for cats, as all part of the Sago Palm are poisonous. The seeds, the nuts, are the most toxic to cats and dogs, and they're easier to eat than the prickly fronds. Next we have number 16, marijuana. Yep, you wouldn't know it, but the good news is marijuana exposure and indigestion are rarely deadly in cats, and long-term complications are uncommon. THC can be toxic to dog and cats, and the effects can last 3 to 4 days. Next, we have number 15, aloe vera. According to the ASPCA, aloe vera is mild to moderately toxic for both cats and dogs because it contains latex composed of glycosides, anthracene, and that word, which can cause diarrhea, vomiting, change in urine color, and even depression. Yikes. Number 14, although they are very beautiful, the amarales are poisonous to pets and humans. So be careful with those. Number 13, we have the English ivy, or sweet ivy, California ivy. Everybody loves the ivy, but they're all considered poisonous by the ASPCA. Keep out of reach of your cats. Next, we have the snake plant. While the snake plants are non-toxic to humans, the ASPCA reports that they are toxic for both cats and dogs if ingested. Next, we have the autumn crocus. Typically outdoor plants, but the crocus, particularly the spring crocus, can cause gastrointestinal issues in cats, including vomiting, diarrhea, and can lead to death. Next, we have the cutleaf monstera, which is commonly called the Swiss cheese plant. Highly toxic for cats, so watch out. Next, we have number 9, the azaleas, another primarily outdoor plant, but they can be grown indoors, and some people do. They are deadly to pets and humans. Next we have the tulip, one of America's favorites, but the tulips are genuinely poisonous, which means they have a direct effect on your cat's organs. Without treatment and after eating enough, this will cause their organs to fail. Be careful of tulips. Next we have number 7, Rhododendrons, another primarily outdoor plant, but can be grown indoors, and many people do. These are deadly to pets and humans. Next is the castor bean. The castor bean is poisonous for dogs, cats, and humans, and is actually one of the most toxic naturally occurring substances. Next we have the chrysanthemum, or the mum, unique and beautiful, but keep your cats away from these. Next we have the daisy, can be especially dangerous to cats due to their ability to be absorbed into the bloodstream. That's scary. Next we have the daffodils, definitely poisonous to cats. However, the plants are toxic to not only felines, but also other animals, including dogs and horses. Next on the poisonous plant list, number 2, chrysanthemum. Although this pretty plant appears harmless, it is toxic to dogs, cats, and humans. Watch out. Next on the poisonous plant list, I'm not sure how to pronounce this one except for the dumb cane. Dieffenbachia, a very popular houseplant thanks to its stunning tropical foliage and low maintenance needs, but this beauty is highly toxic to cats. So even though that was the 20, I'm going to go through a few more toxic plants to cover them. Oleander, found mostly in the western states and highly abundant outdoors. All parts of this plant are poisonous to multiple species: dog, cats, horses, cattle. Another one on the list that some people won't be happy to see on here is the poinsettia. There has been much debate about if this plant is toxic, but many studies have shown that some cats do have terrible reactions, whether they be allergic. So it's just not worth the risk. Poinsettia is a no-no. And the symptoms you want to watch for in your cats, if you have any of these plants, or is difficulty breathing if the airway is affected, fast, slow, or irregular heartbeat, and weakness if the heart is affected, drooling or difficulty swallowing if the mouth, throat, or esophagus is affected, excessive drinking and urinating if the kidneys are affected, vomiting if the stomach or small intestines are affected, diarrhea if the small intestines or colon is affected. If you have any of these symptoms, or if you have an emergency, call the Pet Poison Helpline at 855-764-7661. Write that down if you would. Pause and write that number down. You might need it someday. Or the Animal Poison Control at 888-426-4435. It's important to identify the plant to determine treatment. If you can, bring a sample of the plant to a veterinary or a picture of it. And then now on to the good part. The better part, I should say. We do have, now that we have the bad plants out of the way, let's take a look at the plants that are okay for pets to occasionally eat. Still not ideal for regular consumption, but definitely not deadly plants. First on the list here, we have the dwarf banana plant. It's a popular favorite indoors and outdoors. It's non-toxic to cats, dogs, or horses. Next we have the parlor palm. If you love palms, you deserve to know that these elegant parlor palm is safe for cats, dogs, and horses. It can also be safe for humans, including young children. Next we have the money tree. This plant is also called the Guiana chestnut, but it's not poisonous to dogs or cats. Next we have the spider plant, one of my mom's favorites. We always had these growing up. These are non-toxic to cats. A good thing, because the cats just can't leave them alone. Play with those quite often. And next we have the Echeveria Succulents. Some people call them hens and chicks. These are safe for any pets in the house, but just be aware of the sharp or pointy parts that might injure the cat. Next we have the Maranta Leuconeura, the prayer plant. Those are non-toxic to cats and dogs. I see those around a lot. Next we have the baby rubber plant. I see these around a lot as well, also known as the pepper face or the American rubber. These are cat-friendly house plants, so those are okay. Another one that's good to be on the list here is orchids. They are safe for cats to eat. Just be careful, some of the fertilizers in some of the plants, especially the orchids, might make the cats sick. So although the plants might be okay, watch out for the soil. Make sure you spread the coffee grounds. Next on the list, number 2, the Areca palm. It does not contain any toxic components that are harmful for cats. I don't think they should eat it because they have big leaves that could probably get stuck in their digestive tract, but they're not toxic, at least. Next on the list, we have a surpriser, one you might not expect. The German chamomile is often mistaken for the poisonous daisy. And these plants are safe. This one is safe for cats to eat in small amounts, but it's very important not to use the essential oil on your cats. It is important to remember that although somewhat safe for your cats, all of these 10 plants still should not be eaten on a regular basis, like the 5 that we're about to discuss.
You good, big boy?
Okay, the moment you've all been waiting for. These 5 plants can... The cats... Okay, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. The 5 plants that your cat can go to town on. Number 5, parsley. This common garnish can provide a source of potassium and beta-carotene along with vitamins A, B, and C for your cat. Next on the list, rosemary is a natural preservative omega-3 rich oils and is high in antioxidants. And guess what? It even works as a natural flea repellent. Who knew? Next on the list here of plants that your cats should eat, valerian. The same anti-anxiety producing buzz it gives you also chills out the kitties. This is great for nervous or stressed cats. And from first-hand experience, believe me, this stuff works. Next on the list, favorite is the catgrass. This may include lemongrass, barley, oat, wheatgrass. Wheatgrass is a superfood that can provide your cat with nutritional benefits and aid in the removal of difficult to digest things, such as fur balls from all that grooming. My cats just love catgrass. And number 1, and no surprise here, catnip is the things that cat dreams are made of. And in addition to some health benefits, it also causes cats to activate their silly modes. Some have said it also has a calming effect on some cats. I haven't seen that much myself, but I've heard myself. Of course, with all of these, just keep in mind, please consult your veterinarian before giving any of these 5 to your cat on a regular basis. At Cat Life, we chop the plants up, like the grass and the catnip, into small pieces, and for the toothless cats, and the other ones, we let them nibble as they desire. But just, again, talk to your vet for recommendations on those. And, of course, we want to thank you so much for watching the video, and we would love it if you would like and subscribe. On behalf of everybody here at Cat Life, thank you for watching. In addition to building the largest cat sanctuary on the planet, we are doing some unprecedented things in the world of cat rescue. And please believe that your views and subscription will make that possible. So thank you so much again, and we hope you have a wonderful day.